and welcome back to my channel, Plain Not Jane. I am Plain Not Jane, and you, my friend, have tuned into this week's 7. This week's 7 is a video series highlighting lessons learned and observations made in my life over the last 7 days. And this week's 7 starts now. Number 1, I spent the night away from the babies. This was actually the first time since Honey Badger was born that I was away from my children, my 2 younger children, for more than 2 or 3 hours. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, it was enjoyable. Now, it did take me a few hours to stop listening for and looking for them. Like, I literally was at my parents' house, jumping up, looking around to see where the babies were, and then I realized, oh, they're at home with their dad. You getting a break, Mama Bear, you getting a break. And I will admit that I did miss them. So much so that I actually stayed up late that night just looking at old pictures and looking at videos of them. However, as much as I missed them, and as long as it took me to stop looking for them, I needed that break. I needed to be able to sit down and breathe. I needed to be able to sleep without the risk of being interrupted. Like, I really needed that break. And coming back home and seeing them, I was so happy to wrap my arms around my little fat babies, and I think they missed me a little bit too. Number 2, I'm getting better with reducing my to-do lists. So instead of trying to conquer the whole world in one day, I prioritize. I figure out what absolutely needs to be done that day. And then I actually will schedule the task. I'll put it on my calendar. And I try not to put more than 1, maybe 2 things, 3 at the absolute most on my, daily task list. And then once I get those 1 or 2 things done, I can then either do nothing, or I can get a jump start on the next day's tasks. Now, I will admit that if I choose to do nothing, or if I choose to do something for myself, I do sometimes feel guilty. But I'm coaching myself through that guilt. So all in all, cutting down on the long to-do list, it has really helped in reducing my stress. Number 3, it's still hot and it is still July. But I have already set my mind and my sights on winter and Christmas. Like, there are a lot of decisions that have to be made, before winter gets here. Like, I have to decide whether I want a new wig, if I'm going with my old wig, or if I'm going to find some other way of, dealing with my hair when it gets cold. I also have to decide whether I'm going to halfway attempt to, dress like a regular human being, or if I'm just gonna, continue to be comfortable with just PJs and t-shirts. Like, these are really important decisions that need to be made before it gets cold. Number 4, we waste a lot of time. Recently, I was forced to look at how I actually spend my days, and I was really shocked by how much time I wasted. I found myself just wasting time doing a lot of busy work, like looking up prices of materials and supplies for future projects, projects I haven't even put a start date on yet, or even getting entangled in a cartoon that I'm really not even supposed to be watching. And the vast majority of the time I wasted was spent having brain farts. And I was having the brain farts because I'm tired and I really need to lay down, but I'm being hard-headed, so I'm not laying down. I'm staying up, but I'm not effective. I mean, it was just a vicious and silly cycle, basically. So I've decided to alleviate some of that. All of it, I know I won't be able to alleviate all of it, but to alleviate some of that by making, just a few little small changes. We'll see how it goes. Number 5, I am in no hurry at all to have a college student and a second grader and a kindergartner. But I do miss teaching and being in the classroom, and I am looking forward to returning to teaching. Number 6, start now. Whatever change you want to make, whatever goal you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you want to do, start now. There will never be a perfect time to take that step. I mean, life just doesn't work like that. The best time to start is in the moment that you have, and that's right now. So start. Dig your heels in and don't quit. And finally, number 7. 31 years ago, my reign as queen, my tenure as my mama's only child was wrecked. It was ruined. I was ousted from the top of the hill. My baby brother was born. And so I want to wish him a happy birthday. He has not always been my favorite human being. Like those first few years, I could not stand him. I'm just going to be honest. And when I say those first few years, I mean probably the first, 20, 25 years of his life. Just give or take. But I do love him. And he has really grown into a wonderful human being. Like this little fat, chubby, cute, but evil demon seed of a child. At least that's how I felt about him, that's how I felt. But I've seen him grow from a little bitty fat kid into, a selfish, self-centered teenager. And then from the selfish, self-centered teenager, I've seen him grow into a protector. He is a vicious protector. Vicious. And I've seen him really grow and mature. And I honestly do not think it's at all possible for me to be any more prouder of him than I am at this point. And so happy birthday, baby bro. I wish you a millennia more of birthdays. I wish you health and happiness, and I love you. Alright, that's been this week's 7. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a good old thumbs up. And if you didn't, keep on going and don't come back. Also, make sure you click below to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this week's 7 DIY projects, cooking videos, and good old family foolery. So until next time, go where you celebrate it, not just tolerate it. Be safe. Bye-bye.